My name is Kyranakis. I'm an MSc student in UCL, in European politics, and I have a question for Konstantinos. We mentioned before the meritocracy, the lack of meritocracy. We mentioned the austerity. We mentioned the crisis. We didn't mention the general atmosphere of misery in Greece for many years. And I think that the party of Syriza, for 5 years, increased this phenomenon. I would like to ask Konstantinos, do you think that New Democracy, the government now, can change many things in practice? And if yes, how many years should New Democracy govern to change, in reality, many things in Greece? Thank you.
So misery in Greece, that's a long conversation. I don't think I can answer that in less than a minute. What I can say is that we need more people in politics and in media who are optimistic and ambitious. So if the public, the voters, people inside and outside the country listen to people, listen to politicians who say bad things about Greece, they will probably not come back. If they listen to politicians and leaders who say good things about Greece and good things that they want to do for Greece, then there's a higher possibility for young people to come back and feel more optimistic about the country.
I would like to ask Mr. Kyranakis, because he mentioned friendly environment and a friendly legal framework. So recently, we saw the Parliament rejected an amendment to the Constitution that would protect the rights of LGBTQ people, which are not protected. There's no equality for them in Greece. That is also endorsed by the church, that still has power and influence, both in even legislations in the 21st century, for crying out loud, and public opinion. So there are many people who leave Greece exactly because the environment is not culturally friendly. So we have also had Mr. Voridis speaking in favor of police violence. So how does this exactly make a friendly environment? And how does endorsing these conservative, orthodox Christian values go hand in hand with the liberal economy? I just don't.
Now, on your question about the constitutional changes on LGBT rights, LGBT... Sorry?
Human rights in general.
Human rights are fully protected by the Greek constitution, and there are specific laws protecting also LGBT rights. Now, if we want the content of the existing laws about LGBT rights going also in the constitution, this is a different conversation. We can have it, but let's not pretend that an LGBT right is not protected if it's not in the constitution. There is legislation about this. It's in my opinion, strong. It can be stronger. This is debatable. But just by the fact that it was not voted in the Constitution, it doesn't mean that it doesn't protect LGBT rights. On police violence, I want to ask you a question.
No rhetorical things, again, please.
If you throw a Molotov bomb right outside the LSE, will the police project some violence or not?
We know that when we talk about police violence in Greece, we don't talk only about that.
I want Greek universities to look like the LSE. Clean, normal, modern, with normal things.
Okay.
I don't want...
Okay.
I don't want the ASOE University being the headquarters for creating Molotov bombs. Okay, universities are not the place for that.
Okay.
My question is, you mentioned lower taxation, more jobs, more companies, and a legal system. But these feel like point-in-time measures. Today we will do them, and 6 months later, 1 year later, maybe 4 years later, another government will come and change them. This has been happening in Greece continuously. So investors lose trust to actually bring the business, because we are a cheap country to bring business. So the question is, how can you work together and establish a framework that is solid to keep this trust for more than 10 years?
Okay, thank you.
I agree with you. There's a commitment for now by Kyriakos Mitsotakis on a 5-year policy. So this commitment was announced last year at the Thessaloniki fair, the annual fair. Because we're going to vote on lower taxation next year, the commitment is supposed to start after next year's for the next 5 years. So on your question about another government coming after Nea Demokratia, well, the answer is simple. Don't vote for another government.